we're going to jump right into this game. So, spawning in the top right hand corner as a Terran player from 440 Gaming, it is none other than First Timer. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, spawning as our red Terran, not to be confused with the blue Terran, it is from Rival Gaming, Dragon Knight. So, with the start of this Terran vs Terran matchup, this is actually a new map from this season, so it's worth pointing out some interesting features about this. So the first interesting feature about this is that high ground, obviously from the main, and then it goes to lower level natural that's right here. So that's pretty standard in itself, nothing too much. There is a slightly wider ramp than what's kind of I guess some maps kind of have this wider ramp and others do not, so it's worth noting that there is, like this. But a third base can either be this base right here or this base right here. And remember, these maps are pretty much a mirror, so the disadvantage about this base is that it's far away from the natural, but as you can see, there are no rocks leading up to it. But here, it's probably equally as far, maybe even a little bit farther away. But there is a ramp from the main there, but it is blocked off by rocks. So the player will have to clear that rocks if he wants to be able to go to directly to his third from his main. So that we're gonna see what kind of player choices come out, and then obviously the fourth kind of goes along this way, and so forth, so forth. So Dragon Knight and First Timer are both doing their opening builds. They're pretty standard for as TVT goes. I did not catch when the timings were for for both these players. It looks like there's a little bit of variance based off the spending patterns and the order that they're getting their tech in. So we'll have to see kind of going forward what that's going to result in. So Reaper is coming out for both of these players. Scouting SCV will get taken out by this Reaper, but with one Reaper going down and another SCV prompting for an expand, Dragon Knight's going to be the first one to expand here. So this Reaper pulls back. He knows that there's a Reaper on his way, so any defending that he can do will be spectacular, because the faster he can get up his natural, the faster he can get more money, which means the faster he can spend more money, you know, basic economics. So Reaper's going to come in. He's going to start poking away at this SCV, and looks like he's going to get taken out. So there's going to be a small delay here in that base, but he's still like 2/5 of the way to creating that command center. So not too much time lost. One SCV, one Reaper versus two Reapers. We know how that story is going to play out. So Dragon Knight's making two Marines, so they're just going to go ahead and defend. And we do see that the first Reaper was actually taken out of Dragon Knight. So two Marines are going to come down, defend from the SCV. And it looks like they're going to focus fire down the correct Reaper first, and another one's going to join up. So going with the mass Reapers to start off with. Well, I wouldn't call it mass, but it is something that he is continually pumping out more Reapers. So these Reapers are going to go down, and another one's going to join in. So just kind of continuing to layer that damage in. And notice how this command center is not being continually built. So looks like he's abandoning that plan in favor for getting his factory and starport, and not having the SCVs. So nothing to do real damage, so it can just pretty much sit there, no need to cancel it. And the Marines are going to take out that Reaper. So a little bit of missed micro by that Reaper right there, but we're going to continue to see more Reapers being pumped out by our blue Terran player, First Timer. So command center is almost built in base, so it will need to take time to fly to the natural, but without all that being said, Dragon Knight will have his command center up and running a little bit sooner than than First Timer. So we do see that there is no starport yet for First Timer. So while Dragon Knight will have his, so Dragon Knight's going to be pumping out medevacs and getting some missile turrets set up in his base, while we see the engineering bay just starting to go down for First Timer and a Stimpack that goes there. So 2 more Reapers going to come out, but with 4 Marines and a Hellion here, get pushed back, even taken out if it's not even microed correctly. So Reaper's going to leave, but no point chasing that down. Reapers past this point and by themselves don't really do too much. We do see a drop coming out, so 3 Hellions are going to make their way across to the other side of the map. The Reaper is not going to see it, so this drop will be a little bit of a surprise. We do see additional buildings being placed, 2 barracks, and we do see that a scan has gone down somewhere. It looks like it's from Dragon Knight, seeing if it's worth dropping at this point. And that's kind of an indicator that a drop might be coming. So we'll see if First Timer actually prepares for this drop or not. So, alright, the drop's going to come in. 3 Hellions being loaded down. So let's see how much damage they can do. They're going to go up, and they're going to get the first volley off. A little bit slow reaction time there, but ooh, a couple workers going down. Hellions continuing to chase those SVs. They're going about to get another set. We do see a little bit of medevac micro there, and we see that he actually took out 7 workers with that. So taking out some of these mules, preventing them from mining. This will help with the income. Siege tank comes out and grabs 1 Hellion, but the other one gets tucked away safely in the medevac, and the medevac knows that it's pretty much done its job at this point. So 7 workers killed, that is a good amount. That is 350 minerals lost, and plus the additional income, or a lack of income, so you get a little bit of an opportunity cost. Or I don't think it's really called an opportunity cost, I think it's just lost revenue at this point. But Banshee is going to come out to do some harassing, and we do see that it is also getting cloaking, so that's about 60 seconds out of the, or 70 seconds out of the way. So not going to be ready by this time, but he can do some damage right now. I think cloak when it gets a little bit more difficult. So Banshee's on his way. He's sneaking around, going to avoid these Marines. Build up some energy as cloaking's being worked on. It's a little bit over halfway done, and he's going to start picking off some SCVs. So there goes 1 SCV, 2 SCVs, 3 SCVs. Start looking at the siege tank, and it looks like the Marines are going to be here. So he's going to kind of jiffy away towards the other base. So, but he's just going to sit there. The Banshee comes down, gets the 4th kill, gets the 5th kill, gets a 6th kill, 7 kills, 8 kills, 9 kills, 10 kills, almost 11. Nope, not quite yet. So it's going to get pushed away, but Cloak did finish, so he does have that option to go in with Cloak. So 3rd command center being made by Dragon Knight. He's working on building his Marine count up. He's getting Stimpack and Combat Shield just finished. So drop just headed off. So a drop of 1 Hellion. It wanted to just come out to do some scouting, but we do see the army from First Timer being sent out. So Banshee's gonna go harass the other base. There'll be a turret there, so I won't be able to do much. Hellion scouts his army moving out, so now he knows that this army is coming. So we're going to see how he's going to be able to react with it. With all Marines in a bunker, will he be able to do this? We're not quite sure, but he does have a good idea what kind of army there is. So he's going to rush out though, and he's going to take out that tank right away. He does see the next tank sieging up, so he's going to move away, but he has that bunker there, and he's going to be able to take out this engagement. So pressing forward, losing the bunker, but doing a good job defending. This Banshee though, continuing to get kills. It's at 19 kills, so more than worth its weight in gold right now. So it's going to continue to do some damage, and we're going to see the siege tank sieging up. So pick it away at the supply depots, buy some time, but we do see that the army is going to be placed. And looks like the bio of our blue Terran player is going to be taken out, and that means this tank's going to get taken out as well. So defense by Dragon Knight pretty good, taking out a Vespian gas, not even using his cloak yet. Can we note that? So I think he maybe even forgot that, or maybe he's not even microing that too well. So that's gonna be, this Banshee has pulled its weight, 24 kills, and these could be Marines, these could be SCV. So how much he's lost? He's killed 32 workers actually, so that's pretty amazing. So cloak goes down, and he's gonna start picking off these Marines, but not gonna follow. So he's just gonna sit there and chill. What does he do? He chills. So Rock's being taken down, like I described, going to the third base directly, and then we're going to see the command center being floated to the third to be able to start mining. We don't see another command center from... Oh, there we do. We do see that command center, so looks like he's kind of looking to get that at the same time, but he's going to be a little bit behind. Sensor towers go up for Dragonite just to detect any drops that might come, and he's going to move out with his couple siege tanks and a pack of Marines. So he's going to look to do some damage. The Banshee's coming back in to do even more damage. This Banshee has been the hero of this game. It seriously has gotten... Ooh, I just missed it. 28 kills it looks like. So pulling its weight in gold, taking out 34 workers by itself. No, I'm just kidding. That wasn't... But yeah, that's if I were to say who's ahead, I'm gonna say Dragonite at this point. I think it's pretty safe to say that, considering he has a 50 supply lead, with 30 of those being workers and, or 24 of those being workers and 30 of those being army supply. So that's a huge disparity. But continuing to make more SCVs is our Blue Terran first timer. Is our very first timer, and we're going to see a double drop, but he's going to see a large amount of units walking up this way. So trying to micro these guys out. He's just going to get some distraction, take out a couple Marines, but now he's going to lay that pressure down while this other drop comes in. So this drop's going to do some damage as well. So in the meantime, this guy's chilling out, waiting for the queue to go. This drop is gonna move out here shortly. Or they're just gonna stand there looking out the edge, because, you know, why not? But we're gonna see the Terran army, the Blue Terran army, position itself to take its third. So drop's gonna start trying to work on this starport. It looks like they're gonna get it because there are no other units coming out. So they get the starport. They're gonna go ahead and take out the reactor, and this siege tank is gonna save this day. But we do see that dropping right next to a siege tank means they can't do any splash damage. Saves it, but we do see a drop from the other side. The workers are bunched up and not even moving. It looks like someone hit S on that to tell them to hold, or excuse me, H. But they're going to quickly run to try to deny that. But 2 Marines against 1 with the medevac healing it. Yeah, he's going to get out. And I think the damage is pretty much done. So with a 80 supply lead, I think Dragonite pretty much has this, but just isn't going to take the time to push out. Like Artosa says, when you're ahead, just get further ahead. We do see the Blue Terran player from 440 is going to move out. So it looks like he wants to do some pressure. And he might actually get a win by taking out this expansion, but a fast cancel will do tricks. So we see the cancel, the SV gets taken out, and the blue army is gonna go travel elsewhere. So scan at the third reveals that there's a third that's fully operational. He gets a little peek at the army, but doesn't see much. And Dragonite's gonna put down his own scan and also get the peek at his army. So seeing now that it's that position. First timer is going to move his way back. So drop's still annoying right here. You can get a couple additional kills, but it's just going to get taken out by the medevac, so loses it. But now the big push comes out. We'll zoom out just so we can see the entirety of this army. Look at that. Look at that. That is 83 Marines and 9 siege tanks right there. So a couple of them get diverted off into a doom drop. By doom drop I mean just 2 medevacs being dropped. Turrets are going to deny that, but at this point, in my opinion. You probably don't really need to drop them. You just need to set up your tanks in a position that is harmful. And so get a good position. It looks like there is siege tank fire, but an entire army stim is going to take out that the tank. We do see that 440 does get the better surround, but he just doesn't have any units at all, and that's going to be GG. So first win of the day of this clan war goes to Rival Gaming's Dragon Knight. And remember, this is an all-kill format, so he's going to stay in until he loses. So pretty exciting to see these games play out. And it looks like my client is lagging a little bit. Oh no, it's not. So who are we going to see next from 440 Gaming? Who are they going to send out? Actually, now that I think about it, why is their clan called 440? Oh. So, it looks like Rally has joined us for some reason. You gotta be absolutely kidding me. So it looks like we're gonna get our own very own observer. I'm not gonna be able to click on things. I might actually break away from that, but that actually will help because I can focus on what I'm seeing rather than trying to figure out what I'm seeing first and then talk about it. So we're gonna give this a try. I've never had a dedicated observer before. So, yeah, just quickly, there's a little bit of chat in the clan chat about my name Hawkeye. A lot of times people will see Hawkeye and they're like, "Are you from Iowa or are you a fan of the Iowa Hawkeyes?" No and no to both of those. I actually got my name because back in the day of Halo 1, I was the best sniper of my group of friends, and we made a joke about me having the eyes of a hawk, so I named myself Hawkeye. It's kind of a lame backstory, but it kind of stuck, and it's been my gamer tag basically since life began. No, just kidding. Since that day. So I've tried changing it before, and honestly, it just doesn't fit. Kind of like how Lucera going by Kongho, but everyone calls him Lucera anyways. That's kind of what happened, except for it was just me calling myself Hawkeye. So, yeah, so we're gonna figure out who the next player from 440 Gaming is. It looks like they're taking their sweet time figuring that out, but these are important decisions because depending on who you send out and when, can mean a lot. Do you send out your best player to take out currently reigning Dragon Knight, or do you send out someone not as skilled? Like, there's a lot of decisions to be made. Is someone good at TVT? Someone good at ZVT? PVT? You know, there's all these questions that people are thinking about when they're trying to choose their next player. It could also just be, is there a player available? Which there should be, because there's a bunch of them in the 440 or in the clan chat, but you never know. You never know. But there are a lot of questions to go over and a lot of decisions to be made. But we do see that 440 is going to be making one of those decisions. So, just as a general rule of my clan chat, by rule I mean tradition, or I don't know what the word is. I'm trying to think of it. I'm sleep deprived right now. If you have any questions, just go ahead and ask me, and I'll answer them to the best extent of my knowledge, or if I feel like it. So, it looks like Lullaby is going to be our next player from 440 Gaming. If we take a look, he looks like he's a diamond player. Currently with 44 games played and 21 wins. So in the first 4 days, he's played about 10 games average, or excuse me, 11 games. And if we take a look at his ladder ranking, we actually see he's rank 4. So he's top of his diamond ladder. So that's going to be pretty good. It is also still the beginning of the season, not even 4 days in, but it is something to take note here. So Dragon Knight versus Lullaby. It looks like he's a Terran player himself. Killer Koala is like, well then, I don't know what to take from this story. It's kind of a lame story. Now looks, yeah, I should set this to busy. So the giant gnome, huh? So it looks like we have another 440 player in here. So this looks like it's going to be a Terran versus Terran again. So we're going to see that matchup. And we're gonna get this game set up. So, okay. Sweet. All right, TVT it is. We're gonna see game number 2, Lullaby versus Dragon Knight in this clan war best of 7 all kill format from between 440 Gaming and Rival. So this next map, Overgrowth, is an old standard map. Everyone loves it or hates it. Wow, that sounds like a totalitarian argument right there. But in the top right hand corner, as the blue Terran player, it is from Rival Gaming, currently on a 1-game winning streak, Dragon Knight. And the bottom left-hand corner, spawning as a yellow Terran player, looking to get a win for 440 Gaming, is none other than Lullaby. Dramatic pause. So let's get this observer thing going. We do see that Rally Hearts is gonna be our observer, so I'm gonna be hands off. You can't see me right now, but my hands are off the keyboard as I'm watching Rally do all the camera work. It looks like she's at a permanent tilt. I'm not sure if I like it. Or is that just me? You guys see it too, right? So, this is kind of weird. This is kind of okay. Oh, is it me? No way. This looks really weird, right? Like I'm not just like hallucinating this.
Hey Hawkeye, can you use your push to talk so that Rally can hear what you're saying?
Oh, is she in this clan or the
Yeah,
channel?
yeah,
I
she's in
didn't
the
realize
channel.
that. No,
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. I'm usually
that's cool.
used to solo cast. Thanks for letting me know. Rally, why don't you say nothing? Okay, this is weird. I cannot figure out what is going on. Why? So this is gonna be a weird view. To be completely honest, I have no idea why the camera angles this way. So this is gonna be interesting. So we're gonna switch back to Rally. She's gonna observe for us. It looks like I'm in this like weird tilted view in my game client for some reason. So it might come off on stream. Are you seeing it tilted, Rally? Can you talk to me verbally?
No.
So you see it normal.
Is this push to talk still?
I don't know. Are you pushing the button to talk?
Yes.
Because I mean I have my settings set to push to talk. So your view is not tilted, right? Like it
No.
looks normal?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess my client bugged or something because it's weird. Like if you look at the stream, you'll understand. It's like someone like hit delete, and then it got stuck there, and then that's what it thinks is like the original like camera view.
That's weird.
Oh my god, this is so. So we see that the starport from Dragon Knight, he switched colors on me, from Dragon Knight has completed and it's switched to a tech lab. So he's gonna actually start off with a Raven instead of a Banshee. So that's a little bit different of an opener. It's not super uncommon, but most of the times when teching up to a starport with a tech lab quickly, usually is followed by a Banshee. We do see from our yellow Terran player Lullaby, he's also just getting his starport, and he's going to look to get that on his tech lab as well. So we're going to see if he's going to go with Banshee or Raven to see if he's going to mirror up. So a little bit slow on that tech, but different people have different build orders, which we haven't been paying attention because this camera tilt is ridiculous. So Hellions gonna come out. They're gonna try to get some damage done. They're gonna scout to see if there's a expansion. One Hellion against, or excuse me, two Hellions and some Marines against two Hellions will obviously result in the bigger army winning. And I don't know why my voice is not wanting to crack. So we do see, I just noticed that it was like, there's a yellow unit selection by that player, like on the Raven, but I didn't see any like scans or vision for that player. It's a little interesting, little thing to note. So I don't think there's any like cheating involved, but could be a bad deal. It doesn't make sense why. Like there's the yellow. I think my game client's actually glitching. So, but Hellions are going to come out. They're going to do some poking of their own. They're going to take out that SCV. Or they were going to take out the SCV. Then they auto-targeted the Marines. So, looks like they'll get surrounded and one of them is going to get taken out. But we do see that there's going to be a small little push. We see a Viking, a couple Marines, and that Hellion, as well as that Raven. So we're going to see what kind of damage is done. It's interesting to see that our Yellow Terran player, Lullaby, has a large amount of Hellions. Not generally popular in TVT unless you're planning on going mech, which he very much could be, considering he's building another factory. But the other command centers are both being built by both players, so it looks like they're going to get their thirds. Or, excuse me, it looks like Lullaby's going to get his third, and Dragon Knight's going to work on his second here. And it looks like we're gonna do a little bit of exploring, and the Hellions are gonna run into each other. So, sieged up by the siege tank. Hellions know that's time to get out, and they're gonna just take off, go another route, see if they can get some damage in the front. You know, do whatever they can at this point. So, we'll see what kind of defense that that Lullaby will have here, but it looks like he's gonna siege from the side ground, which is pretty smart. We do see Hellions are gonna take out the SCV building the natural here, and the siege tank's gonna do some sieging from right here. So taking out that SCV, well, the SCV gets out. So one supply depot goes down. The siege tank is tucked away in that corner. We do see that the Raven's gonna be here to protect said SCV, but those Hellions do get in, and siege tank sieges up, but we got a lot of worker kills. We got 17 worker kills to be exact. So crazy stuff happening in this game, in this TVT. So both players are pressuring, one with Hellions, one with a full army that contains siege tanks. And if we go back to our the attacking army of Dragon Knights at Lullaby's base, we'll see that the siege tank sieges up, but get a good couple set of Marines. So Vikings here, they're going to provide vision, and they're going to be able to take out the siege tank. So this tank will need to get out if it wants to save itself, but it looks like it's going to get taken out here. So nice move by Lullaby to be able to reduce the siege tank count of Dragon Knight, and with that, he's just going to run back home now. There's no point for him to be there. So Blue Flame pre-igniter, Infernal pre-igniter is going to suggest Blue Flame Hellions because that's what that tech has created, and we might see some mech coming out of this, considering we're not seeing more racks following up. And with the fast armory and with the production of siege tanks, we're gonna see something. So siege tanks are gonna get taken out by these Hellions. There's a ton of them. I don't know where our observer is, so these Hellions are gonna push up forward, but we do see Marines and a couple of Vikings down. We're gonna see if they're gonna be able to take out these Hellions. But with Blue Flame just finishing up now, they're not going to last too well. So Dragon Knight setting up a siege tank near his natural. Gonna start getting on his second base, but he's a little bit behind with 46 supplied compared to 105, and and the larger army of Lullaby. He's gonna go ahead and get his third, and just get miles and miles ahead of Dragon Knight. So Lullaby placing a scan down, seeing where his opponent's at. He realizes that the second base has Jack Squat. He's checking for the third and doesn't realize that the third is not taken. So he knows how far ahead he is. He just has to defend at this point. So Dragon Knight really putting himself behind after losing all those workers. Looks like this tilt is annoying the everlasting shit out of me. Not gonna lie. But we're going to continue. So score currently is 1-0 in favor of Rival Gaming. Looks like this could be a 1-1 at the end of this game, but it's too early to cast. Too early to tell. Mech confirmed with the ship and air weapons +1 attack and the multiple factories. So we're going to see Hellbat transformation and siege tanks continue to get pumped out. And we're going to see that there's going to be bunkers being set up by Dragon Knight. So Vikings patrolling around, making sure there's no Banshee or Raven pressure or anything like that. And we're going to see that Hellbat drop is going to be sent out. A scan does see that, though, so he sees the medevacs, but doesn't necessarily mean that there is a drop on the way. But when you see medevacs, you can probably assume drops, but you never know what kind of information gets deciphered. These players, when they see this information, each player, since they're a different individual, will process that information differently. So you can actually see very, very different decision-making strategies by different players, which is really the kind of cool thing about StarCraft. You get to see that individual play style. So Dragon Knight miles ahead he's 70 supply ahead, 50 supply ahead in army, and 20 supply approximately in workers. And we don't really see much tech from Dragon Knight at all. He doesn't have +1/+1 for his infantry. He's halfway towards the sim and about to get combat shield, and he doesn't have any factory weapons at all upgrades. Oh my god, I can't even talk. So we're gonna see how much damage this drop does. So Blue Flame, our Hellbats getting dropped. They're gonna target a couple guys here. They're gonna get a couple more kills, but not too much done. But we do see another medevac going to drop. So getting a ton of SCV kills actually, not only from the Hellbats themselves, but the siege tank splash damage. Like, I think he just killed like 5 or 6 of his own workers right there. So not bad, not bad. Even though it was considered a suicide drop with those Vikings, but hey. They got a lot more done than he was expecting, I had a feeling. So, 4th command center is done and it is floating away to that base. And it looks like our obs are back. Except for it's not following for some reason, so we're just going to go back to my view. We do see a scan going down. So at the time the Dragon Knight's getting his 3rd base, we see that Lullaby is getting his 4th. It's interesting to see that neither player is really moving out at this point. It's kind of, you think Lullaby would have moved out a long time ago, but he just wants to be safe. And it looks like he's moving out, and Dragon Knight's going to spot this. He's going to realize, oh my god, what is this that's happening? So Hellbat drops come down, but they actually don't, but now they are. But siege tanks are going to definitely win the game at this point. Vikings are going to take out these medevacs, and they're going to these Hellbats are just going to walk up because they have upgrades, and that's just going to be a GG. So the score is now 1-1. Rival Gaming and 440 Gaming are tied. Dragon Knight taking the first one, and then Lullaby taking the second. So pretty one-sided matches at this point, so maybe we'll get to see some variety and such. So I wonder if my game's bugged, so I'm debating if I should log or not. So it looks like I'm actually by myself here. It looks like we lost our observer, the one that was supposed to help me. So yeah, I think the big thing is that this is a best of 7, and we're currently 2 games in, and we still have a potential to have all 7 games going on. So that is pretty exciting, pretty exciting. So in case you're wondering, the Wild are winning against Buffalo. The Buffalo Sabres. It is 5-0, which is uncharacteristic for the Wild as of this last month. So yay Wild for maybe getting their act together. Who knows? But that's the update from real life sports, not esports. And it looks like Rival Gaming is gonna figure out who is the next player that's gonna be here next. And by be here next, I mean be up from Rival Gaming. So it looks like Rivals oh my god, there's an I there. Siegfried. I'm just gonna call him Siegfried. Or Siegfried? Or Siegfried. Whatever. Is coming up to play the next game. Looks like the next map is Secret Spring. A map I haven't played on myself yet, so if we take a look at the map info, we'll see that, oh, it's this map. We'll see that he's the me and words are not coming out right now, but this game is going to start here shortly. Looks like it's going to be a Terran versus Protoss, and we're about ready to go. So honestly, I don't know why StarCraft bugged out like that. I've never seen that before in my life. But what's good to note is that we're on game number 3 of this best of 7 clan war between Rival Gaming and 440. She's offline, right? Yeah. So alright, game number 3 at Secret Spring. This is the Protoss versus Terran matchup, so we're gonna see some exciting macro play or some exciting cheese. So spawning in the bottom left hand corner, in the 2 o'clock position as the red Terran player winning the last game, it is Lullaby. And in the bottom left hand corner, it is Protoss player spawning in the 8 o'clock position. It is Siegfried from Rival Gaming. Honestly, I think. No, does this look right? I think this looks right. I haven't played on this map enough. So, what's there to say? So, there are rocks in the center of this map. We do see there's a kind of like a pathway that can get to your opponent's base, but there are rocks right here that if you take down these rocks will deny this this entrance. That fast rushing distance. So generally not viable for a Zerg player to do, but like a Protoss or Terran player might have a couple Marines working at that. 500 damage isn't too much, I don't think. Yeah, it's not, considering that this rocks is 400. Yeah, it might be viable for a Zerg player to do it. I guess the size of the rock does not matter how much HP. So this Protoss player, he's looking to proxy a little bit. Siegfried is, so that's why he's over here. We'll have to figure out why though. So I'm gonna build his pylon here. He's gonna build a second pylon when he feels like it. And Terran player is making his barracks right here, so yeah, pylon being placed. He's gonna wait. Terran player has no idea what's going on. He's setting his SCV to scout out there, and he's gonna notice that there's gonna be a pylon missing. But he will see the 2 gases, and if he notes that the pylon is missing, if he's observant enough, he'll understand that there's a proxy out there somewhere. So, according to Wilmam, this is a Blink map or a Reaper map. So, looks like Lullaby is feeling pretty confident, and he's gonna look to expand. So, ooh, nice. He's gonna look to expand the command center, which could be a detrimental move for him, considering this proxy. We'll see what this probe is looking to do. The Cyber Core is about to finish up in 5 seconds, so we'll know in just a few moments. So, Lullaby, he's got him around. He's waiting for that tech to be placed down. He's not going to see it because there's a Stargate. Proxied, near his base, easy access. So, Lullaby, he's still continuing to get his upgrades. He's getting a reactor at least, so that will be able to pump out Marines that will be able to deny that Oracle, but he is going to tech up to his factory, so it looks like he's not going to do too much. He is kind of walking around his SCV, his worker, and he's kind of like trying to figure out like, okay, what's going on? You didn't expand, you didn't do anything, like, I don't even see the right amount of pylons in your base, you have 2 gases, what the hell's going on? So, but he should know, Stargate, and of course, like always, Oracle is going to come out. So Stark is going to come out, do some pressure. He's going to distract these Marines. He's actually going to take down this bunker. And by take down this bunker, he means deny it. And it looks like the Stalker is going to walk into the sentries and is not going to get this around on that, but he's going to distract him while the Oracle is going to go do his business. So Oracle's going to come in and huzzah! gonna take out the SCV so the bunker doesn't get completed in time for the Marines. And now he's gonna take out all of these SCVs. So microwing that forward, he's gonna go ahead. He's gotten 11 kills so far, more than worth it. He runs out of energy, but we do see that there's a Stalker here uncontested. So another Oracle's being pumped out. It's gonna basically do the rest of the damage at this point. And we do see a Widow Mine being placed here, so smart by the Terran player to prevent any more gateway units from coming in. So Oracle's gonna try to get whatever kills he can. Stalker's gonna get surrounded, so that's gonna be the end of the Stalker. And at this point, the SCVs can just resume working. So not a fatal blow, but oh, the Oracle just almost touched death there. He's gonna come in, see if he's gonna snipe, but this turret's gonna keep him safe. It's gonna keep him safe. So Void Ray's gonna come in though. He's gonna focus down and tank that, I believe. But if he goes over the Widow Mine, oh my God, look at that. Void Ray, his entire shields are gone and he's almost out of health. That's incredible. So, but we do see a warp in, a couple zealots. They're gonna tank. And with that Widow Mine already discharged, we do see the follow-up Void Ray here. And so, he looks like he's going to do a Void Ray bust. So, not like Winds of Liberty, but we're going to see. We're going to see it. So, Widow Mine gets taken out. It actually gets a lot of splash damage down, so good for that. Force Field goes down, not necessarily in the most ideal spot, but it is going to take out the Widow Mine, and we're going to get a couple SCVs at this point. So, continuing this Void Ray bust with the Oracles, we see there's a revelation by this Oracle, so he's going to be able to do what he pleases. And another Void Ray is going to come out, so he's really going to force this one in. One Zealot being warped in, another Zealot being warped in, and we're going to see how much damage he's able to do. He is going to work on taking out this command center. This will allow, kind of equalize things a bit. So another Void Ray being pumped out, and Zealots are going to be gathered up. And looks like a Widow Mine smartly is going to go underneath it. So when the Void Rays follow, it could be the end. I'm going to be able to take on the... Ooh, that range of the Void Ray. It's actually going to be able to take the Widow Mine out. So we do see the Marines are trying to engage, but not going to be able to do that. They all get cleared out. And now we're going to see 3 Void Rays and 2 Oracles kind of seeing they're uncontested. Gas is going to get taken out, so that's going to limit the supply of our Terran player. And it looks like they're going to focus on this other supply depot rather than the command center. So he's doing some infrastructure damage. He's actually going to focus down the command center, but he's going to pull himself out. We see another Widow Mines coming out, and he's actually going to go ahead and take out the Stargate, but not before a Viking comes out. So Viking comes out. It's going to get focused down here pretty quickly here. Tries to bait him into this Widow Mine, but he gets taken out in time. Marines are going to come, but with that many Void Rays and the Oracles back up, pretty much this Stargate may find itself falling. So we do see the double Widow Mines being positioned. So that's pretty much the only thing keeping this Terran player in, is those 2 Widow Mines. We do see that Sentries and Zealots are being warped in from the outside. So hopefully discharging that Widow Mine here. We see the bunker is going to get taken down, so is the supply depots. The Zealots are going to tank damage, and he's actually going to get some damage off of the SCVs with that Zealot. So good to suicide that Zealot. Second bunker goes down, and that other Widow Mine's going to go down. So now at this point, with the Widow Mines already taken out, discharged, the Protoss is going to get the GG. So good Void Ray bust by Rival Siegfried. He gets the win for Rival Gaming. So we're gonna see who comes out from 440. They know that Siegfried is capable of pulling off a Void Ray bust, opening up with the double Oracles and then transitioning to Void Rays, getting a couple gateway units and doing some pressure and such. But so who are they gonna send to be able to counter potentially more cheese. Oh, my back just cracked it. Or maybe a straight up macro game. We're not too sure what's going to happen. But 440, they need to figure it out soon. Because if they don't, they're going to lose another game and eventually lose the war. Just kidding. They are, but they do have to figure out who they're going to send out next. Looks like they're deciding that right now. Because they haven't kicked out Lullaby from the party yet. And we're going to see what the next map's going to be. So we'll know that once the next player comes in. So like I said, in between games when there's downtime, it's an AMA. I see Wilmam is the only one typing in chat because he's such a lonely guy. He's crying in like half of his messages. And in the other messages, he's saying Kappa. We do see that the next map is Deadwing, but we don't know who's playing it. So, interesting. Excuse me as I answer Google survey that just came in. Are you a parent to a child in your household? No. And I got 44 cents from that. Holy buckets. So I'm at $6.71 from doing Google Opinion Reward surveys. So that's fun. Working towards my 5th builder in Clash of Clans. Kappa. So, besides that, we do see that the Giant Gnome is actually going to play here. He was already in the party, and that's why we didn't see anyone join the party, because he was already in the party. So, it's going to be another Terran vs. Protoss, it looks like. Nope, it's going to be a Protoss vs. Zerg, so changing things up a little bit. And we're going to see this next game get kicked off here in just a moment. Is there a way to see your portrait progress? I wonder if there is. Portraits. I know I haven't played like 1,000 games, but the Kerrigan portrait, I tell you. Gotta find it. Oh, the Queen of Blades. So, I wonder how you can tell. So you have to win 1,000 1v1 unranked or ranked games as Zerg. But I don't know what I'm at for total. I wonder if there's a place that'll tell you. But we're getting into this next game, and this best of 7. It's currently 2-1 for Rival Gaming. It is a PVT on Deadwing, or PVZ, excuse me. Siegfried versus the Giant Gnome, spelled without a G. So, dead chat, except for Wilmam. He's keeping it alive, as well as SC2 replay stat spot. So Wilmam is talking to a robot. So spawning in the top right-hand corner, it is a orange Protoss player winning with a Void Ray bust against Terran. It is rival Siegfried. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, it is our Zerg player coming from 440 Gaming. He is green. By rival Zerg player, I mean 440 Zerg player. It is the Giant Gnome without G. Oh, that's actually kind of a cool icon. So, all right. So let us get here. It looks like we have a drone coming out to scout. A little early in my opinion. Usually I send it out at 10, but you know, sending it out at 9. Get your drone out just a little bit sooner. So they're both gonna go ahead and scout. It looks like this drone actually is gonna go somewhere. Oh, I lost the map pathing, I guess. So he is gonna scout cross spawn first, so he's not gonna see that opponent right away. While the Protoss is gonna scout to the bottom first. So this will kind of change the way that the game is played. We do see that a pylon and a gateway is being placed at the front, so he's just going to do a one gate. Probably going to go one gate into a core and then get his expansion from there. It's generally what Protoss like to do against Zerg players, or some variation of that. So the Zerg player is going to go for that 15 hatch. It looks like he has a 300 minerals right there. So he could have probably done a better job, but he just spent more money somewhere. What just happened? Where did he spend that money? He decided to change his mind, I guess. So spawning pool goes down at the 16 supply. And, oh, that's where his money went. So, interesting note. I didn't see this. For some reason, I thought it was an Overlord. We do see a proxy hatchery here. This will serve as a good spine crawler rush, plus reinforced with queens. And if you get up to roaches right away, that's usually a good buffer. We'll need to see a mothership core coming out, but it isn't going to get scouted quite yet until this probe comes out. He's actually checking his third because he didn't see anything placed, and there it is. His senses are tingling. He knows what cheese is, so he's going to scout for cheese. So he's going to go ahead and get a zealot in his main gateway. It looks like it's not completely walled off with the zealot, but you know, he doesn't need that at this point. We do see that he is going to start with warp gate. He's getting his gas, his second gas, and he's going to get his mothership core. That's going to help defend things. So zealot's going to start doing some damage against the hatchery. Any damage that he can do against his hatchery will be able to serve him well. Considering he's going to take it out. So he's already done 250 damage. So second zealot's going to come out. They're going to get some damage done. We do see some lings are on their way. They're about to take out this probe, but that should slow them down just enough for the zealots to continue to do some pounding. We do see a spine crawler goes down. We're going to see if he's going to be able to take out that spine crawler, if he's smart enough. So he does see it, so he's going to take time to take out that spine crawler. The drone's going to move away, but that's when the Zerglings are going to come. But with this mothership core, we could see this expansion being blocked, or this rush being blocked. So Stargate's going to come out, and Zergling speed is about 2/3 of the way done. The Zerglings actually get us around, and the Zealots don't even attack a couple moments, so they're going to lose a lot actually. So a good micro by the Zealots, and this mothership core is slowly picking away everything. But at this point, what's going to happen? We do see the pylon block off, so not going to get the surface area to be able to take out that pylon, but we do see the mothership core will have enough energy to activate Photon Overcharge when it needs to. So it's going to take out a couple more, it's going to take out a couple more Zerglings. We see there's a queen there and the spine crawler, and he's going to get some more Zerglings behind it. It looks like he droned up a little bit. We do see that the mothership core is scouting, but it's going to get taken out by this queen if Siegfried's not careful. We do see a Void Ray coming out, so this Void Ray will actually be directly on its way to the main of our Zerg player. So mothership core is going to start firing on this rock plates, because what else does it have to fire against where it's safe? Zerglings are waiting. They're going to figure out how they're going to get in. Most likely just spine crawlers poking at the front when he gets creep up there. So a little bit of a timer, but this Protoss player is pretty safe, I would say, for the most part. So Zealot gets warped in right here in a safe spot. I can't get the surround on him. Mothership core has plenty of energy for a Photon Overcharge at this point. So the Voider is actually going to come and take out some Overlords here. This is going to be an interesting tactic, because if you supply block your opponent, then he can't make any units, and that effectively stops any rush that's coming. So a Void Ray and a Mothership core is going to go down. We do see that there's a Spore Crawler ready, but you know, you're not going to need that. So Spine Crawlers here, 3 of them, along with 3 queens. They're going to continue to poke their way up forward, and we're seeing more Zealots being warped in. They're just going to chill out here. Does he even know about the Spine Crawlers? No, but he sees a creep, so he can pretty much assume at this point. So Void Rays are going to start massing up right here along with the Mothership core. And we're going to see what kind of damage they can get done. So Mothership Core, Void Rays right here. Second Void Ray is going to join up. And the third one's being pumped out. And we'll join them or not. So we do see the Zealots are going to go down, but they're going to get taken out by the Spine Crawler. They're actually, sentries are working on the pylon. Is this a bad move? This is. Zerglings get in. A lucky lucky force fields go down to block not all the Zerglings at this point, but we do see the Void Rays are going to focus down this the hatchery, so that's not good for a Zerg player. So, but he is pressured at the front. He just lost his main gateway, so Zerglings are going to continue to rush into going to continue to rush, but we do see that the Void Ray is going to go out and take out this Spore Crawler and this base too. So they're going to focus down. Mothership Core gets in on the action. A little bit of Void Ray, Michael. We see the Queen's going to get taken out, and we're going to see a little bit of Micro moving back and forth, and we're going to see that this hatchery is going to go down. Queens are going to get in with the 3 Spine Crawlers. There's not much you can do at this point. Zerglings have been taken out with the Zealot sitting right here and the defensive Void Ray, but with both the hatcheries gone. Oh, okay, one's coming in. This Zerg player, he's going to be not getting any income. So with that, he just bought himself some time. The Void Rays and the Mothership Core are going to come back. Looks like he doesn't want to waste his energy, considering he plays a Time Warp. And eventually it's just going to be a nice little bust made by these Void Rays. So he has to wait for everything to join up. All of his workers tried a long distance mine. That is the definition of long distance mining for this game. But we do see that the gateways are being made, and the Cybernetics Core is being remade. So Spine Crawler is going to get taken out by these Void Rays. So they're going to pressure on. There's a ton of transfuses, but I think this is just going to be too much. So a lot of damage from the Void Rays are going to clear. He has to clear this creep though, so that's going to take him a while, but at least he broke the initial attack. So no income from our Zerg players, so he's kind of almost dead in the water at this point, but his hatchery is about to finish up. But we do see the move out from our Zerg player, or excuse me, our Protoss player. He's going to finally end the shenanigans and then just go in with the Void Ray bust. And by Void Ray bust, I mean just go in with a bunch of Void Rays and just end the game at this point. So making sure that those larvae aren't going to result in any follow-up attacks, he's going to take out. And what he's going to do, he's probably just going to pump out more Void Rays and just kind of go attack. So look at these Queens are super defenseless. They know that this Protoss army is after him, so he's going to run away as fast as he can. So we'll see if the Zerg player can hold it. He only has 2 Spore Crawlers, and he's getting a third and 2 Spine Crawlers here. But these Queens are going to get taken out. They're not even going to fight. They're going to lose all that energy as well. 1 transfuse goes down, put on the wrong Queen, and he's just going to lose everything at this point. We do see a pylon is going to go down here eventually, and it looks like our Zerg player, our Protoss player, is trying to figure out how they're going, but the power of Protoss are being channeled in these Void Rays, and that's going to be GG. Another game won by rival Siegfried. So definitely an excellent match. Both players had everything on the line, and it looks like Siegfried is going to take it. So currently the matchup is 3-1 between Rival and 440. So Rival is about to is on match point, since this is a best of 7. So they just need 1 more win. But will 440 bring it back? That is the question that is yet to be revealed. They're going to have to choose their best player, their ace in the hole, that's going to be able to bring it back. He's going to have to win 3 times in a row in order to win this best of 7 clan war for the 440 gaming. So Siegfried had a log, he's coming back, and we're going to see who's going to be up and running for our 440 player. I just realized that it might not be at the proper setting. Stereo, that. Yeah, no, this is good. I think this is good. So, yeah. Oh, I completely forgot to put my pop filter on. So, that's what I'll do while we're waiting. Hopefully, when I say P words, you're not hearing the pop in there. So, so I had a buddy actually borrow a mic setup from me. So, I just got this reset up. But I forgot the pop filter because I was in a rush to get set up for tonight's Clan War. So, gonna get this adjusted on here. Quick. Don't mind the on-screen maintenance loading time. Alright, and now with the pop filter on top. Oh wait, I gotta spin it this way so you can see it's a phonics. So I think we're good. Look at that. Look at that. So, alright. So, one more game coming up for Rival Gaming in order to take the win. Looks like we do need a couple minutes for 440. Gonna take a small little break. We're gonna entertain us somehow. And yeah. So, like I said, AMA. Well, okay. Let's go over announcements while we have it. So, right now, it is a best of 7 Clan War against 440 Gaming. But tomorrow, there's going to be a Clan War versus the Confederation. We just played them last Saturday, so this is going to be a fresh Clan War with revenge on the mind for the Confederation players. So that's going to be tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So that's going to be 5 o'clock for your Pacific times and 8 o'clock for you guys on the East Coast. So that's going to be tomorrow on my stream. So I should be around to stream that. However, on Saturday and Sunday, there's going to be 2 more Clan Wars. One's going to be at 6 p.m. Central Time. That's 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific Time and 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And that's going to be against Team Ur, which if we look, is actually called Team Ur, or Team UR. I haven't figured that out yet. And then we have another Clan War on Sunday at 6 o'clock again. So that's 4 o'clock Pacific Time and 8 o'clock, or excuse me, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And that's against Team Akbrio, or Boreal. Oh, it's Boreal Gaming. So, alright, so otherwise, one more Clan War next Thursday. So a week from today is the best of 9. All kill against Infna, or I assume that's... Oh, that's not. The clan tag is Infna, so I think it means Infernal Gaming North America, but I could be wrong with that. The contact is not actually in the clan that's here. So those are the events coming up for Rival Gaming forecasting. So I'll be casting the Clan War tomorrow, but for Saturday and Sunday I am all booked up because of my professional commitments, so I will not be streaming it. But you can catch out the stream either from another Rival Gamer streamer. I know Rally's been big on the whole streaming, and there's been others as well that have been streaming. Otherwise, the other team might be streaming as well. So that's going to be Saturday and Sunday. But for tomorrow, it'll be me casting. So those are events coming up for Rival Gaming. But another announcement, or another mention, is the Rival StarCraft 2 League, as you probably seen on my Observer layouts. I kept those icons on because I've been too lazy to take them off. They are kind of prototype beta branding logos for the Rival StarCraft 2 League, but they are kind of going to be coming up for this tournament. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Oh my god. Such tiredness. Much wow, very. So, Anyway, so Rival StarCraft 2 League. What is it? It is a professional tournament league for non-professional players. This will be kind of similar to the intent that the Ascended StarCraft 2 League is, but it's going to be hosted by me. It's going to be a smaller time operation, and it's going to be just for players who are not professional. So these are going to be players that are in these clans that are going to be playing. So Diamond and higher ups, they're going to be in a GSL style tournament, and we might even have 2 divisions if this grows to be pretty big. So the first tournament is going to be a trial run, but the intent is going to have it an ongoing tournament to provide more opportunities for non-professional players to play in a tournament style like the GSL. So that's going to be that. It looks like we have our 4th player from Team 440. His name is Parody, and that's parody as in like laughter parody, not parody as in like the scientific sense or logical sense. So we're gonna see that he's a diamond player, and if we look at his ladder, he is number 14, so pretty high up there. He's about a 50-50 in his this season so far. So far so good. Oh my, oh well. So we're gonna see. The last map is being chosen right now. And that map is Catalina. So coming up is Catalina. It is going to be a PvP parody, being the ace player for 440 Gaming. Can he bring it back and win 3 games in a row to give the win to 440 Gaming? Or will Siegfried close this out for Rival Gaming? We'll find out coming right up. And it looks like we have a couple new followers, so if you followed, congratulations, you're following the best amateur stream in the Fargo, North Dakota area. So, Kappa. It looks like there's a random player in here. So, he stumbled his way in there for some reason, but it looks like he's left. So now we're going to get this last game for Rival Gaming possibly up and running. It's going to be a PVZ. Yep, it's going to be a Protoss versus Zerg once again. And this could be the last game, or it could be the 4th game leading on to the 5th game. This is the RSL. Okay, I can't say that with a straight face. So, Catalina Island. What can we say about this map? It's a circle. You go around in a circle. It's shaped like an octopus. As you can see, the octopus in the center. But before we talk about this octopus, we'll introduce our players. In the top position of this map, in the 1 o'clock, if you're to place this map on a clock, it is our Rival Gaming member winning 2 games in a row, and it's looking to seal the deal. It is Siegfried. And at the 5 o'clock position, it is a Zerg player from 440 Gaming. It is no other than Parody, looking to break it back. So, Siegfried's going to be safe again, places his pylon at the top of his ramp, where he's going to wall off with the gateway, and he's going to send his worker down to scout Parody first. Parody is going to send out his worker, and he's going to scout in the wrong location, so he's not going to have that information right away, but he is scouting nonetheless. So we're going to see how Zerg player is going to open up his build, if he's going to go with the 15 hatch or if he's going to go for the 15 pool. Anything different from that will be kind of considered cheese or just bad play at that point. So that's pretty much the only options here. Siegfried getting that gateway first, placing at the ramp. This is going to be the wall off. He's going to see that this is going to be a pool first. So Zerglings are going to be out in time to prevent any cannon rush shenanigans, if there are even cannons being placed. But just having that opener gives a little bit of protection room from for our Zerg players. So gateway's halfway done. Simulator being placed down to 15, just like normal. Actually, it looks like it was placed down 14, so it's going to have a little bit earlier gas at this point. So, oh, MDK, if you're listening, take a drink. Kappa. So Zerg player is going to get his natural now, expand out. So kind of a delayed expansion, but he gets it for his own safety. So you can never be too safe in StarCraft unless your opponent abuses it and gets further ahead. So Cybercore goes down for a Zerg for our Protoss players. So most likely what will happen is it's going to be a he's going to expand after the Cybercore. It looks like he hasn't really spent his Chrono Boost that much, so he's finally doing it to get some more workers out. No Mothership Core yet. They'll be coming out once the Cybercore gets completed. Halfway done with the expansion for our Zerg player, and the gas is being taken, so looks like he's going to get speed early. Most likely, in order to keep himself safe, keep up the Zergling pressure, get map presence, etc., etc. So warp gates being worked on, probes are queued up, and eventually a Mothership Core will come out. And not really much to talk about. Queen's going down on the natural. I'm going to inject when it has enough energy, the 25 energy, and Protoss just expanded, so just like we discussed. Probe's going to come out. He's going to do some more scouting. Check for a third base, and then go to the main base, but he's not going to make it to the main base. He might not actually make it to the third, depending on where these Zerglings go. We're going to actually go to Zergling camp. So Zergling's going to come out. They don't even notice the probe. They probably did, but they're just like, oh, that probe's nothing to be worried about. They're going to continue running. And we're going to see what they're going to do. So we actually see that the Overlord speeds being the first thing researched by a Zerg player. So he's going to do this for scouting purposes. Mothership Core is going to take out one of these Zerglings, and the other Zergling is going to get in to be able to see everything, and then attack the Cybercore. So we'll get out of Zergling vision now here. But moving forward, we do see a spine crawler at the front and a roach warrens being created in the main of the Zerg player's base. So it looks like he's going to get speed here, and then he's going to go for a push that's going to incorporate Overlord speed. We do see a small little push out from Siegfried with Zealot and his Mothership Core. The probe is following the Zealot. We don't know where he's going though. Probably to place this pylon here, and we might see kind of a warp gate pressure coming up. But he's not going to do much with 3 queens and a spine crawler there, and an army of Zerglings that could come out at any moment. Definitely not going to see too much. So, probe's going to see that there's going to be no third right now. Oh, by no third, I mean it's just started, and we're going to see a rush of Zealots come in. So, Zealots going to walk up. 4 queens there now. Pushing away the Mothership Core, but we do see more Zealots gathering up. So, another pylon being created. That will get cancelled by the Zerglings, and they're going to take out anything else they see. They do see this a probe, so they're going to take him out as well. So, good for the Zerglings to be actively scouting. Maybe even doing a little bit extra counterattack. this third base will be canceled, but we're gonna see if these Zerglings are gonna be able to get in. With the sentry there and force fields, probably not. Probably not. But we do see double Stargate follow up from our Protoss player, and the Zerg player is gonna try to get in. And if the Protoss player isn't fast enough, he is. Looks like he gets gets that, but he's gonna need to place another force field down, and he's gonna nullify this attack at this point. So Zergling's gonna check for a third. Not gonna see one. And we're gonna see Zerg player has more lings coming out, but no roaches yet. We do see the double Stargate. I have no idea what was just there, but an Oracle starting out for Siegfried. So I'm really curious to see why he got the double Stargate. If he just placed two of them down, meaning to put one down. But he is getting an Oracle out of this one, and this one, oh, he's gonna go double Oracle actually, but he is supply block, so that's not good. Definitely not good. So Zerglings circling around. Look at the Overseer. He's going faster than the speed of light. Third base is being placed. A little bit of action in this game, but overall it's been kind of slow, in my opinion. That or I'm really tired and I can't get excited because hype. So Hallucinated Phoenix is going to go into the base, but then the Oracle is going to go scout for the third. You can see that it's A moving, even though it's not set to attack. We do see two more Oracles coming out, so and the Overseer is going to be made. So Queens are going to push away this Oracle. There's 4 of them total, and he's actually going to put a Revelation on these guys. So Oracles are going to chill out here. They're going to wait for the time to come out, and then they're going to go strike. But there are Spore Crawlers at these bases, so not going to get a ton of damage done. But they could catch these drones that are flying about. But these Queens will be here. The Oracles are saying, okay, don't really need to be here. And they're just going to kind of hang out. See if they can get some damage done. But probably not. But they're just going to hang out anyways, just for any opportunity. We do see 2 Phoenixes coming out and 2 Void Rays coming out. So we're going to see a commitment to Stargate, actually. He is getting the +1 grounds weapon, so he'll have a gateway army underneath it. That's a little bit of a... It's kind of buffed up a little bit, so... Queens come in to defend from Oracles. We see another Envision or Revelation that's on there. And... they're just going to dance around and see what they can do. With the Spore Crawler here, they won't be able to do much damage at all. Actually, they're gonna get a decent amount, but too much damage that the Spore Crawler. It does a good amount of damage, so Zergling's gonna scout for any hidden bases or any third follow-ups, and we see the Void Rays are just gonna get pulled. So a nice little push is gonna come out, and we see the Twilight Council. It's just finishing up for our Protoss player. And we're going to see if that's going to result in DTs, or he's actually going for charge. So charge zealots with Stargate, pretty strong in my opinion. Right. And the Zerg player is going to move out to see if he can do some damage, but with just this only ground army, he's not going to be able to do too much. Though he's making multiple Spore Crawlers to ward away any Oracles that might come up. And we actually see he actually made a commitment to Queen, so we're going to see if he's going to be able to get some damage done. He did make a Spire at some point, which I'm not sure where that Spire is, unless he canceled it. I thought he made a Spire. Nope, I'm just hallucinating things. I'm going crazy, guys, so GG. So big Roach Queen Zergling push. He might as well have Banelings at this point, but he doesn't. So we see multiple cannons in the front. He knows that there's going to be an attack coming up. And so, but... win is a question, but he does kind of position himself in such a way that, but he does see the Queens, so they're going to push out a lot of Zerglings and a lot of Roaches. Oh, massive amount of Roaches, so a couple of force fields go down. That's going to save him some time, but he does have a large amount of Stargate units that will be able to do plenty plenty of work if they need to. So, fourth follow-up from our Zerg player, and the Roaches are gonna try to commit. So, they're gonna get bottlenecked. Grab another Roach that's right here. Boiler's gonna do the damage. More cannons going down. Zerg player, I think he realizes that he's not gonna be able to do too much damage, so he's gonna move out. There's also these Phoenixes here. I don't know what they're doing out here. They're probably scouting, but they also getting targeted by these Queens, which will eventually will get them. Maybe if there's a missed micro opportunity. But there's these Oracles as well. And this Zerg player, or this Protoss player, is actually transitioning to High Templar, so, and getting his Robo. So he just finished up Storm, so he'll be able to do the AoE damage. Hydralisk Den and Spire is being created, and the Infestation Pits, and our +2 missile attacks is 50 seconds away from being completed. So he's going to make a change to Hydras at this point. So Phoenixes are alive, just in case you're wondering, and we do see the third base being placed by our Protoss player. So Zergling's going to see that, but not to worry, the Zergling will die, you know. So a large amount of High Templar. There's actually 6 High Templar in this. So a lot of AoE damage that can occur. There's a big octopus right here, as you can see on this map. The Zerg player is covering up the eyes, but, you know, well, there aren't any eyes. Maybe this guy's an eye, right? But whatever. And Zerg player is just gonna move out with his Roach Hydra Queen army. So we do see that he's getting infestors with the pathogen gland. So this is something a little new that you don't see too often. But infestors with their fungals will be able to get clumped up Stargate units. So that's kind of what he's banking on at this point. So good move by a Zerg player. He's getting Groove Spines. He already has the Hydra Speeds coming on the way. Zerg flying attacks even coming up. So he's going to be making Corruptors here soon. More Void Rays are going to be pumped out. This is a big, kind of a big engagement. We do see there is a Warp Prism on its way. So it's going to probably warp in around of Zealots, and it's going to go ahead and harass. But if it's not careful, it's just going to get taken out. So these Zealots are going to come in. Warp Prism has to get out, and it looks like by the skin of his teeth it's going to. So Zealots are going to harass. They're going to take out as many workers as they can. They're even working on the Evolution Chamber. This is going to cause a distraction. And then we do see that the Oracles actually snipe a hatchery. So multiple Spore Crawlers go down. He wants to be as protected as possible, but Spore Crawlers don't do shit against Zealots because Zealots don't fly. So, but this Warp Prism is going to go around trying to see if it can get another warp in. There we go. Another warp in on this. So Protoss player migrating his workers to his third. Could probably defend this more with a little bit more infrastructure, get some more gateways to bolster up. Be able to spend some more of that money that he has. He has us. But the Zerg player does have a high bank, big bank, so he could do an army trade if he really wanted to. So he is going to attack. So what's going to happen? We do see there are a ton of Hydras in this. So Storm's coming down. They're not going to do much, but the Fungals hit. But the Storms, they stack. Just kidding, they don't really stack, but it took out most of the Hydras. The Stargate's gonna get taken out by these, excuse me. Stargate's gonna get taken out, but the Void Rays live on. And then the multiple feedbacks takes out many of the Queens, and the Infestors go down. Zerg player just lost a whole army's worth. Though the Protoss player is kind of in shambles himself, but he has his Void Rays still, so he saved some of his tech at that point. And he has more Void Rays that weren't even part of the engagement. What the hell? Guys. So, Mass Hydra's coming out right now. I don't know what happened right here, but it looked like there's a lot of deaths. Void or Warp Prism got its share. Oh my god. So, fourth base is going to be taken by our Protoss player. It looks like we have some Hydras out on the map, looking to do some damage, but they're going to group up in the middle. Oracles are going to run right into this army, so one Oracle goes out, another Oracle is about to die, but places the Envision down just in time. And we're going to see that 5th or 6th finally down. So we do see a transition to Mutalisks, but will they have enough Mutalisks? Well, they're going to try to get some harassment done. So they might get some damage done at the main, but there's not really too much to take out. But we do see the transition to Fleet Bacon. You know what that means? Carriers. So, the Mutalisk flock, there's about 11 of them. They're going to be able to do a good amount of damage. But with going quadruple Stargates, and its quick transition to Phoenix, we'll be able to nullify any Mutalisks that come up. So, Mutalisks are going to come in. They're going to start focusing down some probes that are getting the gas. Taking out the photon cannon, the very single defense. They're going to actually work on this fleet beacon because they don't want to see carriers. But the Voiders are going to come back. But are they going to get this fleet beacon? It looks like they are. So that transition to carriers will be a little bit delayed at this point. So, but the double Stargate that's coming up, we're going to see a lot of action. But the Hydras are coming in. Cancelled warping right there. That is massive. We see the Archons are coming in. The Voiders are going to come in. They're going to take out both the Infestors. They do snipe the Nexus. So that was kind of the main goal of this attack. So good work by the Zerg player to stay in and keep going with his army. So there are a lot of probes here, and the High Templar are coming. So Mutalisks are going to come, see if they get more damage done at the 4th. They might be able to take out these Oracles before they get noticed. So no Envision being taken out, but Cannon's going to go down. They're going to rain terror. The Protoss army is actually pretty slow in every regard, but the Phoenixes are going to start getting pumped out, and that's going to take care of the Mutalisks. I don't know why the pings on the map are happening, but he does save this base. So, Roach Hydra still coming about. We see the Mutalisks are going to continue doing their damage. The Phoenixes aren't going to get microed because Siegfried isn't paying attention, but these Mutalisks are going to take out a bunch of probes. And these come on, what's going on? There we go. Now the Mutalisks get away. They're going to do what they do best, be annoying. So, how come I never have that luck with Mutalisks? It's a sad day. But Mutalisks are going to come back. We see that they're massing up a lot. There's over 24 of them. No, there's just 23 of them. Now there's 25. Not selected at this time. But Archons are going to follow. The Voiders are going to follow. We see the Hydras are going to position themselves. They're going to take out this next base. So, but we do see that the Protoss army is looking to go at it. We might actually see a base trade at this point, but at this point we kind of know who's going to win because of the army setup. So indecision by the Protoss player, but he's going to go in with his Void Rays. We see the Mutalisks are going to work on the main base. He's going to deny production, a little bit of it, and we see that there's going to be a little bit of a split up here. So Zealots are going to take out the 3rd, while the Void Rays are going in on the 2nd, easily cleaning up this base. And the Mutalisks are going to continue the reign of destruction. So, never base race a Zerg player, they say, in a PvZ, but looks like Siegfried's going to do that. So, a lot of Spore Crawlers are in the main, so they're not going to be able to do too much damage. There are Spine Crawlers here too, so again, not something you want to engage. And it looks like the Void Rays are going to take out these Spore Crawlers, and then they're going to take out the rest of this base, while the Zerg player is going to take out the Natural. So, it's definitely one of those that will the Protoss player survive, because Zerg player is ahead in supply, he has more army, he gets recalled back, and does he save? He does get the storms down. He takes out that army, and looks like the Phoenixes tried to engage the Mutalisks, but they actually lost for once. And I don't think our Protoss player is going to survive beyond this. With 73 supply against 89, with even army supply, but 5 workers, it's going to be tough. The big thing is that the Zerg player does have sources of income, and he has a ton of Spore Crawlers. So any attack mounted by our Protoss player isn't going to be too successful. we do see the Mutalisks are going to go into the main, start picking off some more buildings, but the Void Rays are here, and if they can trap and get some storms off, that would take out this Muta army, and basically, I wouldn't say win the game, but it's going to do a lot of damage. So Mutalisks know what up. They're going to fly away. They know that the High Templar are still here. And they're going to just fly back and just continuing to find ways to poke. So, another pylon being placed so he can use the 826 gas. I don't know what he's going to spend it on, but he can use it. You can see that he's going to take out these Corruptors. So, but these Mutalisks are going to go ahead and do some more damage. So, that's happening. We see the Photon Overcharge coming down feebly. And the Zerg player is going to continue with his gas, but running into the Void Rays. He's waiting to storm the Mutalisk, but he's not going to get that. So, I don't know if there's really anything that our Protoss player can do unless he gets a really lucky engagement, because he's just not going to have the bank. He doesn't even have enough money to expand. He has 20 minerals left, and he has to long distance mine with like 3 workers. So Mutalisks are going to come down. They're going to start picking off some more, but everything's going to go down. The Mutalisks can even tank. Oh, the Photon Overcharge's gone. The base race has commenced, but he's going to lose it. So this is going to be GG. Parady's going to take it to game number 5. Or, excuse me, game number 6. In this best of 7. So, this is going to be GG. Protoss player doesn't even know what to do. He's scouting for shit that he doesn't know. He knows that there's base right here, but he can't do anything. And that's just pretty much going to be it. His extractor that he made at his opponent's base has been found. And that is the last building. And we're going to see the countdown in 3, 2, 1, and GG. So, the score is currently 3-2 in favor of Rival Gaming. Parody is bringing it back in this best of 7. So, he has 2 more games to win against Rival in order to be able to bring the win for 40. So, awesome to see that there is a comeback coming up. Rip Siegfried, just like what Foxer said. And currently, the score is 3-2 in favor of Rival Gaming. So, we're going to see who Rival's going to commit next to this clan war. Something to note from the Zerg player is that he kind of had a decent sized army to do an attack with, but he kind of delayed it, so he wasn't able to get too much damage in, but he did have enough queens that the Stargate didn't just completely run over his roaches and Zerglings and such. But then transitioning into the mass amount of Hydralisks and being able to take some of the engagements that he did, it is something that he is actually looking. He did kind of smartly transition. It was a very slow transition, but he got a bunch of bases. He pressured with the Hydras. He was able to snipe the third a couple times and then snipe the other third and such. So he actually did a lot to kind of keep his Protoss opponent on his toes. And then eventually there's kind of a half commitment to a base race and then a recall that happened. And he just lost too much at that point. So in the end, Parody did a really good job. He did a really good job with this clan war. So we do see that our next player from Rival Gaming has joined. That player is no other than Yui. So Yui is another Protoss player, so we're going to see another PvZ. So Yui's going to come in. He's going to be playing a PvZ, and he's going to try to seal the deal for Rival Gaming. So remember in the chat that the SE2 replay stats bot is posting replays of games that my account goes in, so you can download the replay for yourself. You can see the stats of that replay, so you can see how bad those players were. I mean, just kidding. You can see the stats of those players that played it. And, you know, if I'm even laddering myself, you can see that. But right now, we're not laddering. We're casting a clan war. So... So, we're going to see what map Yui's going to choose. So, but he's going to choose Vani Research Station. So, race check. Yui is Protoss, Parody is Zerg, and we're going to see this game kick off in just a few moments. Ah, I love you too, Foxer. Here's a heart. How come people do this? Like, does this look like a good heart from, like, it looks better like this, but then it's awkward, so... But anyways, Vani Research Station. This is another 2-player map. It looks like a sideways habitation station, but with you spawning in the middle or in the natural spot if it were to be switched. But anyways, we're going to get into this game. In the bottom 6 o'clock position of Vani Research Station, it is our Protoss player from Rival Gaming looking to seal the deal. It is Yui. And the ace player from our Zerg, oh my god, I'm messing this up. And at the 12 o'clock position, it is Parody from Team 440. He is the ace player looking to bring the win for his clan in this best of 7 all-kill clan war. I wish to apologize. This isn't my best casting. I am really super tired as hell. I've worked 8+ hours every day for the past 12 days, or 13 days including today. So I am really out of it. Wait, 12 days. Yeah, something like that. But we do see that I'm still streaming and I'm still casting because of that esports passion. Am I right, guys? Am I fucking right? So, Zerg player getting up to 15 supply. We're going to see if he's going to go for the expansion or if he's going to go for the pool first. Our Protoss player looks like he's going to go for this gateway first, blocking off his ramp just like normal. Looks like we're going to see the expansion first. So our Zerg player Parody looking to change things up a little bit. So, and it looks like we're actually... Oh, this is interesting. One thing to note about this map is that you also have an in-base natural. So you can easily take your natural right here. So Protoss player is more apt to go for the Nexus first because it's tucked away. But also worth noting is our Zerg player, he has the same option, but he's looking to expand out here first. And what's interesting about that is that he'll have this base saturated before he even gets this base saturated. Kind of the advantage to doing it this way is it's a little bit more riskier because you are exposing your natural out like that, but what you're also doing is that you're able to kind of concentrate your forces out here a little bit more. You can fortify your base and your decision, like in kind of your troops in this area first. So just having the base set up and the infrastructure there gives you a little bit more protection. So it is safer to get this base first, but getting a little bit risky can help fortify your position here. So good move by the Zerg player, realizing that tactical advantage. That, or we just kind of forgot how the map works, and I'm giving him too much credit. But anyways, we see the Nexus is about to complete. We see the gateway completed, and the Cyber Core is coming down right here, right now. And we're going to see how this game kind of turns out. So beginning of PVZs generally are a little bit slow unless there's cheese involved. in which case cheese is delicious and they're fun to watch, or they can be embarrassing to watch too. Kind of depends on your perspective on the cheese and how well it's executed, and if you think if that race is OP. But anyways, we're gonna see Zerg players continuing to drone up. He's saving up for this queen, so now he's going to be able to get the 2 queens. The third base is up and running, and so he's going to be able to spend it on a third queen as soon as he gets up to 150 minerals once again. Overlords are going to kind of position themselves around the map so they can spot any incoming units early game. We do see there's a gold base on both sides, so this is going to be something that players are going to try to... It's kind of risky taking this gold, and we see there's not as many mineral patches, but it definitely gives the income boost. Zealot's going to be out here. He doesn't completely fit this because he's a skinny dude. He's not fat and able to take up this whole part, but you know, he's just doing his best to defend, continue the resources. Zerglings are going to get this probe, and this probe's not going to get back home in time, I don't think. Well, maybe. Oh, with his mothership core. Yep, he's gonna save this probe. Maybe. Oh my God. Is that gonna happen? It's gonna happen. Ooh, Zerglings get in. He saves the probe, but the Zerglings get in. So we do see that random pings are coming at the bottom of the map away from the action. So we're not gonna see if these Zerglings are gonna do anything. So they're just basically gonna scout at this point. So nothing too exciting, nothing, but that does give them information to what is going on. So if you were to look, he now sees that there's a forge that was created. If he clicked on 2 gateways, he probably clicked on them, and yeah, he has now more knowledge. Zerg player is going to have a bunch of lings. He's actually committing a lot to the Zergling pressure. He has speed coming up in 15 seconds, and he has more Zerglings on the way, so this is actually a lot more Zerglings than I would expect a Zerg player to make. So he is getting the second gas, so he's looking to transition out of this. And he is getting a spine crawler just in case for defense. So looks like he's changing things up a bit. He's trying to deny a third base here, and that's exactly what he's going for because his overlord does see that, and the Zerglings are going to come in. First going to take out that probe, and then they're just going to put pressure on this. So they're going to force a cancel of this expansion. So that's 100 minerals wasted, and kind of time. Those minerals could have gone to something else like tech. The sentry's going to go down, and they're actually going to slip through, and they're going to take out both the sentries and the zealot here. So shields are going to keep them safe for now. Zerglings are going to go expand, but the force fields are going to keep out any incoming Zerglings. So Zergling's going to do some more damage here. Looks like only one of them's fighting at a time, and the workers are going to ignore them. Apparently they don't feel pain but they're going to get taken out. So overall, 3 workers killed, but he lost a set of units, so he's currently well, actually he didn't come in as much because all the sentries lost, but that could have been a lot worse for a Protoss player from Rival Gaming, Yui. So more Zerglings going to kind of pressure the front, but we see that there are a ton of sentries, but we're going to see that Zerglings are going to do some damage, so not too much, but that could have been worse. So he's about done with his lair, 5 seconds away. Roach Warren's coming down. He's getting his first evil chamber, so he's going to start on the upgrades. 14 more lings on the way, wanting to increase that pressure. He's going to get Roach speed as soon as it's ready to be researched. And he looks like he's going to try to get another cancel on this third, most likely with the amount of units he's pumping out. But will he get it with 14 sets of lings and a Roach follow-up? Probably not, but he's going to start transitioning. He's getting that Hydralisk Den, and surprisingly, it only takes 40 seconds to create a Hydra Den. I learned that. I always thought it was fast, but I didn't know the exact timing. So, Protoss players continuing to macro up. He's finishing up with Blink. He's getting his +2 weapons attack, and he's getting his Robo. So, a lot is happening on both sides, but Zerglings are going to come in, and they're going to fit in. This is going to be the bane of this Protoss player's existence. So, they're going to get a bunch of probes, or try to get a bunch of probes. Photon Overcharge goes down in this area, but these Zerglings are going to cause more damage and more havoc right here. We see 6 worker kills currently, but a warp in from Zealots will be able to nullify that. So, getting some more damage done. We see that this worker count is 66 to 49 with if it works. 6 workers killed. So, kind of preventing more macro from happening, but you know. We do see the infestation pit's gone down, and he's going to go to a quick hive. So what he's actually going to do is he's going to be able to get a vipers, and he's going to get a 200 roach hydra army. And so any colossuses that are going to get picked out are just going to get abducted by the vipers, and then they're going to go straight into hydras who do enough DPS. So Protoss player is going to move out with his army. We see a handful of stalkers, some sentries, and a couple of zealots, and an observer, so they're going to be able. 4th base is starting for a Zerg player, and we're going to see what kind of pressure is going to happen here. So, Zerg player is well aware that this is happening, so he's making 6 hydras and 12 sexilings, and he has a good amount of roaches, so we're going to see how much damage gets done here. So, he just found out about this 4th base, so he's going to want to put pressure here very shortly. He wants to get that pylon first so he can reinforce with units, and he's just gonna do a blink pressure. And by pressure, I mean he sent his whole army over, and he's pretty much committed at this point. So another pylon being placed down. So nice to have the redundancy of pylons for the Protoss player to be able to reinforce his army. Guardian shield goes up, and they're gonna skip the spine crawler. It looks like it's going to get some poking in with the zealots, but force fields go down. That's going to funnel these roaches and hydras, so they're able to take an engagement. So sentry's going to go down, but he doesn't have any energy, so more force fields going to happen, and the spine crawler is going to go down after this hatchery goes down. So Zerg player is pooling his resources right now. He gets more roaches on the way, and he's getting that +2, but with the +3 coming up, it's kind of hard to say how things are going to turn out. So macroing up his 3rd base, he's going to continuing to lay on the pressure. Looks like a 3rd base is being taken. It's being retaken, and the gold base is actually going to be taken. So Zerg player taking a little bit of a risk. He's actually going to try to hunt for this army, but he should realize that his army is infinitely smaller. But it looks like Yui didn't like the kind of engagement that he's going to get, and he's going to get out of there with a recall. So good for Yui being safe. He probably could have taken down that army, but you never know at this point. So a bunch of pylons are going to go down right in a row, and the Zerg army is going to fly out. By fly, I mean head to the other side of the base. So, going to take out these reinforcing pylons, and we do see a couple gateways going down. This will help kind of funnel the Zerg player, and we see Yui is actually getting his stalkers behind there. So, he's preparing for an attack. He knows it's coming, but the Zerg player is actually going to move back. So, Zerg player lives on. A couple more Vipers being created, so they'll be able to use their spells such as Abduct or Blinding Cloud, and it also has the ability to consume life from other Zerg buildings, so that they can get more energy. So what else does it know? Colossus are going to start getting pumped out. Thermal Lance is being researched, so you know that will give them the range to be able to do whatever they want. And I'm sure my stream is lagging because why not? But we'll look into that later. There's a game being casted right now. Zerg army is going to move out with about 18 hydras and I'm going to say about 40 roaches. You should be able to take a good engagement with these Vipers, being able to pull key units or play Blinding Cloud. So we see that the Colossus gets one-shotted. Force fields go down, avoiding the Blinding Cloud at this point. The blinks are happening, and this is going to be a tough call. He's ahead of upgrades, but and he has Defender's Advantage, being able to warp in Stalkers. But will this be enough for the Zerg player? It looks like it may not be, but it all may also. More Blinding Clouds are going to go down, so we're going to see that this Stalker army is just barely gonna hold out. Maybe? Yes, they are. Blink is pretty powerful, I tell you. If Blink wasn't there, this Protoss player would be dead. But he's not, because Blink is powerful. So, Stalkers are going to move forward, trying to get some more pressure down. They're going to be reinforced by more Stalkers, and we see a lone Colossus. No reinforcing pylons, but hey, it looks like there's going to be a small little engagement, and both players are going to kind of try to equalize things out. So Zerg player does have the gold base, so he's not out of it yet. His bank's going to shoot up like he's Bilbo Baggins. No, that's not a good metaphor. I was trying to think of like Muddy Bags, and that's why Baggins came up, but that's not the case. But Protoss player has his mothership core to get himself out of hairy situations if he needs to, and with his very large Stalker army, it's starting to get that death ball look that I'm not a fan of myself. But anyways, reinforcing pylon goes down. Probe survives, so he can put down more reinforcing pylons. Does the Protoss player know about this gold base? He actually does. The Warp Prism actually spotted it, and now there's going to be a round of Zealots going down. So it's going to be met by the full army, but there's going to be kind of double pressure happening here. So this Stalker army is just going to roll over any units that are going to be here. I'm not sure why he's not committing, but he is going to send... He has a couple of Infestors coming out. An Immortal coming out. More Roach Hydra. We see +3 missile attack. We see speed. We see Templar Archives changing. So, yeah. A lot to say. A lot to say. So, Zerg army kind of repositions himself. Now it makes it a bit harder engagement for the Protoss player. So, Protoss player is going to move back. We do see some Infestors came out. They're going to gather some energy. Look at their tongues sticking out. You know what video I missed that I watched recently? The 4 Infestor hit squad. Oh my god, those days when Infestors were pretty freaking awesome to use and not situational like they are now. So, Warp Prism trying to get some damage in, but these Hydras are going to push it out. Spore Crawlers and Spine Crawlers being placed to prevent that. Getting that probe and the reinforcing pylon. This game's going to equal itself out. So, Parady's almost at 200 supply, while Yui is actually almost at 200 supply himself, so he just got around a warping of Zealots, and there's his Immortal walking out, and he's got his 2 High Templar there, researching Storm, just going with the 1 Colossus. We're going to see if he's going to commit more to Stormgate. He needs to get rid of some of these Stalkers because he does need more tech units, so he does have these High Templar being warped in, so they're going to get energy. This Warp Prism is going to wait to do kind of a follow-up attack, but he's just waiting for the opportunity because how supplies work, you can't make more guys than 200 supplies worth. So more gateways being placed down so he can remax faster. He's getting a Dark Shrine, so he's getting all this tech. He's even getting, I think that's Warp Prism speed. Yeah, that's Warp Prism speed. So army's going to move out. Run into a bunch of Zerglings. Zerglings are going to GTFO and gather up with the rest of the army. We do see there is a large amount of Hydras. So if we zoom out, we're going to see an engagement possibly happening. So pressure at this base. We're going to see that the Concave is going to definitely be in the Zerg player's favor. But with Storms coming out and feedbacks possibly happening on the Infestors, we see Storms are going to go down. And the Zerg army is going to get annihilated pretty much. So Parody saying good race. Yui says thank you. And this is probably going to be the end of this game. Little bit of fancy chatter. We see his Zealot run by. And GG. So that is the last game of this Clan War Best of 7 series. So, that is the Best of 7 series. It is 4-2 in favor of Rival Gaming against 440 Gaming. And that is it for the Clan War. So, awesome stuff happening here. We did see a little bit back and forth, and we got some good games out of it. A little bit one-sided at the beginning, but we kind of saw some equalizing games. So,